Toyota is officially naughty, and I don't mean it in a good way, like in their commercials. I'll tell you how it got there, show you some of its misleading ads, and submit my own commercial that I made for Toyota's new electric vehicle just in time for their December to Remember event. I sure hope they use it. So, let's get going right now. Welcome to E4 Electric. Let's get started, and I have some great news about Toyota. Unless you have one of those nasty habits of, breathing clean air. In that case, not so much. You see, Toyota has been voted one of the most negative companies on climate policy based on the data compiled by the Influencer Map. They are the only automaker in the top 10, with the top spot taken by, of course, the king of killing the trees and the whales, Chevron. But how did this happen? I mean, they are the makers of the Prius, the poster child of the green cars, and they now have their own all-electric SUV. Well, let's talk about that. Now, yes, the Prius was the very first hybrid on the market, but that was like 20 years ago. Yet Toyota is still making it as a hybrid now, while others have gone electric. Now, there is a plug-in version, but it has a tiny electric range, so embarrassing that even Toyota doesn't really advertise it that much. And of course, it didn't help that Toyota created an impression that a green car had to be ugly and boxy. Though the new body style unveiled this month does look like Toyota has finally had a budget for actual designers. Now, Toyota has made a ton of money selling hybrids, and they continue to do so, and that's why they have done everything possible to keep things at the status quo. From lobbying the US Congress to slow down the EV-friendly legislation, to simply lying to all of us in their commercials about how hybrids even work by suggesting that they are self-charging. They're not. Check with your 5th grade physics teacher if you don't believe me. And in those same commercials, they have taken their time to make fun of electric cars, suggesting it takes a while to charge them, even though their own new all-electric BZ4X they have finally coughed up has one of the slowest charging technologies on the market. And let's talk about the BZ4X. Even though Toyota had plenty of time to make a statement while watching Tesla take their #1 spot as the most valued automaker, the BZ4X is a very average EV at best, with unimpressive specs and features. Now, the biggest feature that was missing for me as Toyota started deliveries this year was the wheels that could stay on. That's right, only a few weeks after the first deliveries, Toyota had to recall all of the sold units due to its wheels potentially coming off. For an automaker that has been looked at as making one of the most reliable cars, this is not very reliable. So much like the outdated notion that the Prius is still the greenest car out there, it is just as silly to assume that Toyota is still making the most reliable cars. Those times are gone. But that, of course, was pushed into your head by Toyota's very creative advertising. See if you can spot the moment in this commercial where your brain loses the critical amount of blood to think for itself.
It was a trap. You ever seen a Corolla broken down?
Wow. Now, I gotta say, that ugly dude with bad teeth sure has a great body. Have you ever thought about Instagram modeling, sir? And this is not the first time Toyota has used this simple idea. That ad was a remake of this one from many years ago with the same concept, but with better dentistry. Now, the new BZ4X promotional video is just as misleading, though the girls in short shorts were cut out of it entirely. I'm assuming that budget was shifted to make sure that the new Priuses do no longer look like their owners will die alone. The concept behind it is, what if? Like, what if Toyota was to invent electric cars and let everybody breathe the clean air? Let me give you a quick taste of it.
All electric, zero emissions. It's a great start. But what if we go beyond? Make more out of less. Drive the world forward.
Okay, enough of that. And I'm sure some people will be fooled by this commercial as well. But to be fair, I've decided to make my own commercial for the BZ4X that reflects reality just a little better. And I will tweet this out to Toyota in a couple of days, but let's see if you find this commercial a little more, what's the word, reliable.
All electric, zero emissions. It's a great start. But what if we go beyond? What if we don't bullshit in our commercials because you have no idea how hybrids work while you stare at pretty girls who end up being dudes, angry dudes with bad teeth? What if we don't talk smack about EVs but actually try to make them? And when we do, what if all their wheels stay on when you drive them, like all of them? What if the Prius was fully electric, which it could have been for years now, and this time, what if it wasn't designed by a drunk 5-year-old? What if we don't spend money on buying politicians and spend it on researching how to make, you know, whatever goes into those damn things, batteries, right? Well, I guess if we did all this, we wouldn't be the only car company voted into the top 10 dirtiest companies along with Chevron. Geez, I mean, even Shell isn't there. Toyota, let's go places as soon as we put the wheels back on.
Yep, I think this one is much better. I hope Toyota considers this as their next Super Bowl commercial. So even though Toyota's reputation of making green and reliable cars is still around, I think sooner or later people will figure out that the Emperor has no clothes and start switching to other brands, including the new ones like Rivian, Lucid, Fisker, Lordstown, and many others. Let me know which automaker you think may need my commercial production services next, and if you missed the one from last week, I linked to it in the description of this video. Alright, looking forward to all of your comments. Other than that, see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.
Take it